What's up, guys? We're back with another LS tips and tricks video, and today we're going to be talking about VHB tape. It's actually a special kind of like double-sided tape. I like this stuff so much better than the foam stuff. The foam stuff works okay, but it only works off of like adhesion. So as soon as you stick it, like that's it. This actually works a little bit off of pressure, so it's still sticky, but when you really push on it, that's where it activates, and it's some pretty crazy stuff. It can be a little cumbersome to work with though. So I have this sign that is essentially trash, got a big scratch in it, but I'm gonna show you how to mount it. And so another thing I'm gonna show is how to put this on here without getting it all over the place and just making yourself aggravated. So let's come a little bit closer and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so one of the biggest problems that people have is that they try to peel it and then cut it and then put it on, or they try to cut it with scissors or anything like that. So my favorite way of doing it is putting the little bit down that you want, and a little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to put like an inch on here. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to do that for all four corners. And then the biggest trick that I have with this stuff is you want to push it down on the back of the material so it's really adhered, and then you're going to take the corner of your box blade. I recommend using a box blade for this just because they have really good points, and you're actually going to put it into the corner. You're not going to try to lift up on the corner. You're actually going to kind of put it into the corner and flick up, and it'll actually remove a decent part of it. Sometimes you can get it all in one flick like that. And so again, I'm not trying to put it underneath the edge. I'm actually puncturing the material at the corner and flicking up, and that quick motion gets it off a little easier. So then I'll show you kind of what it looks like to mount it. Okay, so now that we have the tape actually applied to the material, what we're going to do is we're going to mount it to the door. Like I said, this piece is trash, so I don't want to really mount it to the door, so I have this tape here. Obviously, you wouldn't do that if you were actually mounting it. You would also probably want to level it, make sure it's center, all that stuff. But just to show you what it looks like to actually mount something with VHB tape, the biggest mistake that people make is that they go, hey, it's stuck. But it doesn't act like that foam tape that I talked to you about where it'll kind of just stick right off the bat. So this takes a little bit of pressure. What this pressure does is it really activates the adhesive. And so now it's there. Like, I can open this door. So it's some pretty incredible stuff. I like it, but that is how to use VHB tape. Hey, so one quick side note I wanted to make on VHB tape, and another reason why I like it better than that foam stuff is if for whatever reason you decided, like, dang it, I didn't want to mount this yet, or I needed, less tape or something like that. If you have to get it off, it is so much easier than that foam stuff. I don't know if you've ever tried to pick it off, but it comes off in the tiniest little pieces. So the interesting thing about VHB tape is that it really works off of like what's called tensile strength. And so if it's stuck to something, it takes a lot of force to pull it away. But if I start to roll the edge and just peel it, it'll come right off. I know it sounds weird. It sounds like it probably doesn't work well. I promise you it works great. But as far as the ability to clean up a mistake, it works great for stuff like that. So just wanted to share that.